He wasn't talented. He wasn't rich. But Ethan made one tiny promise to himself every day, and it changed his entire life. Ethan Carter's life moved on autopilot. Wake up tired. Go to work tired. Come home tired. Chicago streets were always loud, always moving. But inside, Ethan felt stuck, like life was passing him by without asking permission. Bills piled up. Dreams stayed quiet. And every night, he told himself the same lie. Tomorrow I'll change. One evening, standing at a bus stop under cold rain, Ethan felt something different. Not motivation, not hope, just exhaustion. The kind that makes you stop pretending. He went home, sat at a small kitchen table, and opened a black notebook he had bought months ago but never used. This time, he didn't write a big goal. He didn't promise success or happiness or money. He wrote something smaller, something honest. One small step, every day. That was it. The next day, he didn't wake up early to conquer the world. He simply took a 10-minute walk after work. The day after that, he read one page of a book. The next day, he drank water before coffee. Tiny actions, almost embarrassing in their simplicity. But something strange happened. For the first time in a long while, Ethan kept a promise to himself. Each small step felt insignificant, but it carried weight. Because every time he completed one, his mind learned something new. I can trust myself again. He didn't feel successful. He still struggled. But the heaviness inside him began to crack. Not loudly, quietly. Ethan didn't know it yet, but that tiny promise, written in a cheap notebook, had just changed the direction of his life. The second week was harder. The excitement was gone. The steps felt annoying instead of inspiring. Some nights, Ethan sat in his car after work, staring at his notebook, arguing with himself. You're tired. Skip today. You've done enough. That voice sounded logical, comfortable, familiar. But Ethan had learned something important. Comfort was the reason he stayed stuck for so long. So instead of quitting, he made the steps even smaller. One night he wrote, write one sentence. Just one. That sentence turned into 2 the next day. Then 3. Slowly. Fear started losing its grip. Then reality hit again. Rent went up. Stress returned. Friends invited him out to forget everything for a night. Ethan almost said yes. Instead, he opened his notebook and wrote, apply to one job. Not 10, just one. He didn't feel qualified. He didn't feel ready. But he applied anyway. Days later, an interview email arrived. Fear rushed in, but this time, it didn't win. Ethan prepared for 15 minutes. Not perfection, just effort. He showed up nervous, honest, and present. And when it ended, he didn't know the result. But he knew something else. He had stopped running from opportunities. That night, he wrote one line in his notebook. Fear doesn't disappear. I just move anyway. Ethan didn't get the first job. The rejection email stung, but it didn't destroy him. Instead of giving up, he opened his notebook and wrote, apply again. That's when the real change began. Small steps stacked. One application. One skill. One lesson. One improvement. Weeks passed, and Ethan noticed something powerful. He was sharper, more focused, more confident. At work, he started handling tasks he once avoided. He broke problems into smaller pieces, just like his habits. And for the first time, people noticed. Then came another interview. This one felt different. Ethan wasn't confident, but he was prepared. When asked what made him different, he didn't brag. He said the truth. I'm consistent. 2 days later, he got the call. A better job, better hours, slightly better pay. It wasn't a miracle. It was momentum. That night, Ethan didn't celebrate loudly. He sat quietly, holding his notebook, realizing something important. This didn't happen because of talent. It happened because of repetition. Tiny actions done daily had quietly reshaped his life. Success didn't make life easy. Pressure increased. Expectations rose. One bad day turned into 2, then 3. Ethan skipped his habits, then avoided his notebook completely. A week passed. The old version of him crept back, the one who quit when things got hard. Then one night, sitting alone, Ethan picked up the notebook again. His hands shook. Shame whispered, "You failed." Instead of quitting, he wrote one sentence. Restart. 1 minute. That was enough. 1 minute became 5. 5 became 10. The habits returned, not perfectly, but honestly. Ethan realized something powerful. Consistency isn't never falling. Consistency is always coming back. That lesson changed everything. A year later, Ethan's life looked calmer. Not perfect, but stable. He still used the same notebook, still believed in small steps. He began sharing his story, quietly, honestly. And one day, a message arrived from a stranger. "I took a 5-minute walk today because of you." Ethan stared at the screen, realized his journey had grown bigger than him. Small steps had changed his life. Now they were changing others. That night, he wrote one final line. "You don't need a new life. You need a new direction." Ethan smiled, because he wasn't finished. He was becoming.